All right, how's everybody doing? And thanks for joining me on the Gix 911 show. I think I got it right this time. I'm your host, Gix. I'm just having a little fun here, you guys. So, anyway, what we're going to be talking about today is we're going to be talking about how to change your VSO representative, okay? Um, the stream was a little messed up. So I decided to start it over again, and I just wanted to make sure that it's working. And like I said, today we're going to be talking about how to change your VSO representative. Again, I'm your host, Gix, and today, basically, what we want to do is we want to make sure that we are changing our representative to work for us. Okay, so basically, I'm going to be giving you guys a little bit of information on how to do that, and you can always do it through your Ebenefits account. I would definitely recommend all veterans and soldiers alike. If you have a Ebenefits account, you should have one. If you have a CAT card, you should be able to also use your CAT card to log in. So I would definitely advise and tell people to get acquainted with your Ebenefits. Okay, the sooner you do it, the better off you are going to be. The better off you're going to be in the future, because it is a little bit kind of painful to go through and to kind of look through all the information on it. It could be a little bit painful. So anyway, if you're into the live stream, thanks again. I've been having a lot of technical difficulties, so just bear with me, and let me kind of work through some of these little intricacies here. As time goes on, the stream will get better. Just in the process of setting everything up. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get into the meat and potatoes of the live stream. So what I'm going to be talking about today is how to change your VSO representative in Ebenefits. I currently have my Ebenefits account pulled up, and I'm going to give you guys a little bit of a tour of that. So I just want to make sure I don't have any pertinent information that's going to be jeopardizing me in any shape, way, or form. So definitely don't want my information to be put out there. And as you can see, I got the QAnon mask. But anyway, I'm going to go ahead and make it live here. And here we go. Here is my Ebenefits account. I'm actually currently logged in. And this is all the information that you're going to see once you log in. You're going to have a dashboard, which you see in the upper right-hand corner. And then also you're going to have all these other little tabs that you can actually click on here that are going to give you a lot of information. It's going to show you how to apply. You're going to have a button for manage. You're going to have a learn button for compensation, education, healthcare, housing, insurance, and so forth. So there's a lot of tabs. So again, I would definitely tell anybody that is looking at this for the first time to find out if you have an Ebenefits account. You can always find out if you have an Ebenefits account by either calling the 1-800-827-1000 number and giving them your social security information. And then if you do not have one, you can set one up. They're not that difficult to set up. They're very easy to set up, and it's gonna help you in the long run. Okay, it's gonna really be beneficial for you down the road. But anyway, without further ado, let's go ahead and get into the video here. So what you're gonna want to do once you log into your Ebenefits account, you're gonna want to go to VA representative. Okay, now I'm gonna tell you the importance of having the proper VSO representative. Right, it's gonna make a huge difference in your case. It's gonna make a huge difference in the way that your paperwork is gonna be filed through the VA. Okay, and the paperwork's going to be done correctly. Okay, a lot of people that are complaining, I hear a lot of people complaining and talking about, oh my God, it's taking years. I just can't seem to get any kind of, anything. I can't get anything from the VA. No traction, no nothing. And people are complaining that it takes so long. Okay, and the reason why it takes so long is because they don't know the whole process. Okay, a lot of people are being represented by the wrong representative. Okay, if you haven't selected your representative for you, the VA is going to select one for you. Okay, and the people that are having issues with their file, not able to get diagnoses and things of that nature, and we'll talk about that later. But the people that are having issues, not really getting any kind of compensation, waiting on people to call them, are the people that do not know this step right here. And this step is going to help you along the way. Okay. So once you get into your eBenefits account, right, you're going to log in. Okay. And I'll put the information down in the description below so that you know exactly what to do, and the link is going to be provided. Okay. So once you're in your eBenefits account, you're going to go over to VA representative. You're going to click on that VA representative tab, and that's going to bring you to this page. Okay. So from here, what you want to do, it's called Manage Your Representatives for VA claims. Okay. You're going to either a representative request, or you're going to do a representative search. Okay. Now, I have, I'm actually through Disabled American Veterans, DAV. I think they're awesome. I think they're excellent. They dot their I's, they cross their T's, very friendly. All the people at DAV were very friendly. They were very quick to assist me. I didn't wait long. And what you want to do, whatever organization that you get with, you want to go ahead and call in to schedule an appointment. Most of the VSOs that I know of, you have to call to make an appointment. I mean, they do have instances where you can walk in, but I would definitely go to that VSO office or that representative that you select in physical form. Okay. Again, you can also do it through, once you request the representative and you get the information, I would then take that information and go to your nearest VSO. Okay. So once you get there, you're going to click on request a representative, and then you're going to be given this information here. Okay. I'm not going to hit on it because it's going to pull up all my information, but next is going to have you do an online application request for representative form. Okay. So you're pretty much going to fill that out. Okay. You're going to choose the organization that you want to go with, and from there, once you choose that organization, it'll then be locked in eBenefits, and that will be your new representative. So let me go ahead and show you guys what that looks like. And before I do, let me go ahead and close out of that real quick before I show you guys. And this is very important. I mean, you definitely want to know what's going on with your file. A lot of people that I know of don't really know what's going on with the file, and it causes a lot of confusion. So you definitely want to make sure that you are logged in and that you understand all the aspects of eBenefits. I don't know everything. I'm not perfect, but you definitely want to get familiar with that, the process of doing that. Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and get past my information here. And I'm going to show you guys, I'm going to beam back in and show you exactly what I'm doing here. Okay. So once you get past that little screen, and it had all my address and all that, I didn't want you guys to see all that, so I went ahead and closed it out. So once you do that, you have all your personal information. You're going to be over to the representative section. Okay. And from there, you're going to find a local POA representative. Okay. And that's a power of attorney representative. So basically, they're going to be representing you and making sure that you get the compensation that you so much deserve. All veterans, all soldiers, anybody that puts that right hand up and swears on that oath to protect and to serve, you need to. This is definitely for you. Okay, this is definitely for you. So what you're going to do, you're going to go to a state. I'll just go ahead and pick Alabama because it's at the top of the list. And here's the different types of options you have. You can select the type of POA representative below that best fits your needs. Okay. You can do a veteran service organization, which is your VSO. You can select an attorney, or you can do a claims agent. Okay. So what I did is I, of course, selected my own representative. Okay. And then you're going to put the city, and then you're going to do a search. So that's how you want to get it going there. So let's go ahead and hit the search button there real quick, and I will give you that. I'll go ahead and hit search just to make sure that I'm doing it correctly. And eBenefits, you know how that goes. It just takes forever and a day when it's searching. Oh no, by the way, you definitely have to have a city and a zip code. So let me go ahead and put that back. I'm going to choose a different one. And like I said, all my information is shown up here, so I'll definitely chime back in here in a second. Once I do the search. And again, I want to thank everybody that's tuning in. And I hope this is information that you can use that's going to be beneficial to you, and it's going to help you along the way. And that's what I'm always about. I'm always about giving back, okay? Because I've had people help me, a lot. And the only way that we can get through this together is we have to help each other, okay? All veterans and soldiers and service members have to help each other. So anyway, once you hit that, you're going to be brought up with here, okay? And here's the representative selections page, all right? And it's going to give you all of the information. It's going to give you the phone number. It's going to give the address. It's going to give you the name of the POA code, okay? And it's going to give you the action. So, I mean, it can't get any more simpler than this, people. You go to the VA, right? You wait in these long lines. It's like a freak show over there. It's like waiting in the line at an amusement park. You're just at the VA waiting, and you could be there for hours just to change over and get a different representative. This is so much. This is the easiest way that you can do it from the comforts of your own home. You can do this, all right? So as you can see here, this is an e-benefits. I have the online application pulled up and request for representative, okay? And now, look at here. I have a list of different organizations with their POA code. Would you look at this? And this is all in e-benefits, people. This can all be found in e-benefits. All you have to do is be in the business of wanting to help yourself, okay? That's the key. You have to want to help yourself, okay? And by you wanting to help yourself, you get out of that victim mode, okay? Take yourself out of that victim mode, okay? Too many soldiers, too many veterans are in victim mode, and you have to take yourself out. You have to empower yourself, okay? It's all about empowering yourself and looking at it from a different perspective, because what the VA wants you to do, they want you to give up, okay? That's the reason why the processes are so long, because they don't want you to fight for your rights. They don't want you to fight for your compensation, okay? They want you to give up. They want you to get frustrated, and they want you to just walk out that door, okay? And this is not going to help you in any way, shape, or form, okay? So here we have an online application request for a representative. And what you're going to do once you find your representative, you're going to select it. Now, I'm with DAV. DAV has helped me tremendously, okay? DAV has helped me tremendously. They have just made it so easy for me to file my claims, to do anything, okay? I don't have to go to the claims office or to a claims agent at the VA, because they're not there to help me. They're not there to help me. And if you don't know the diagnosis to give them or how to tell them, they're going to write it down whichever way you tell them. And that's why a lot of people get denied, is because they go into the claims agent office at the VA, okay? And this is not your VSO, by the way. I'm just telling you. People go to the VA to file the claim, okay? They're not going to tell you how to file. They're just there to take the paperwork that you have in hand, and they're going to process it the way that you gave it to them, okay? And that's what a lot of people don't understand. You have to annotate it the way the VA annotates it in the CFR 38, okay? And I'll be putting that down in the description below. You'll be hearing a lot about the 38 CFR in a lot of my videos, okay? A lot of my videos are going to talk about the 38 CFR, because that is what they use. That's the scheduling book that they use to compensate you or to for your disabilities, okay? So get really familiar with the CFR 38, and also get really familiar with your benefits account, because that is going to be the number one thing that is going to help you through all of this. All right? It's going to be your go-to when you can't get anything outside of the VA, okay? It's very frustrating. There's long lines, and it just could be a nightmare going up there, all right? And I've learned that the hard way. And until I sat down and actually looked at my eBenefits account and started going over it and looking in it and understanding it, things have been a lot more easier for me. So here, I'm going to go ahead and select the disabled American veterans, all right? And here's the code for them. And then what you can do is you can give them a call. So after you select your representative through eBenefits, give them a call and let them know that you changed your representative to whatever organization. So you have American Legion, you have AMVETS, you have Disabled American Veterans. So There's so many different ones you can choose from. Again, I chose Disabled American Veterans because I just picked one, and by the grace of God, I was able to get all my compensation. Every time I went and filed, it was approved. Okay, so I'm just telling you out of personal experience who I chose and what worked for me. If you know of any other organizations that may help you along the way, then put it out there and let other veterans know. Okay, I'm letting you know about DAV and how they helped me and how they assisted me. Okay, so once you're finished, you look at here and you selected your VSO officer. Okay, you're then going to, and I'm going to go ahead and click out of this again because again, information is key. All right, so once I find that, I'm going to go ahead and hit select, and let's see what it pops up here. All right, I'm just making sure none of my information is here, and then I'm going to go ahead and show you guys right now. All right, and this is what I'm presented with. Okay, so as you can see, I had to choose another state because I couldn't get the Alabama to come up. So as you can see here, I am now your selected power of attorney representative is going to be Disabled American Veterans with their code. The address is here, okay? And this is just one I just picked out of the blue. And then here's the phone number, okay? So once you select that VSO or power of attorney, that's it. Too easy, right? Too easy. It didn't take long. I know I made it seem like it was going to take longer, but it takes you no longer than maybe 10 minutes to do this entire process. Now, can you imagine going to the VA and waiting in a line for over an hour to 2 hours to 3 hours? This is going to take you a hell of a lot longer, okay? If you go to the VA. This right here will take you no more than 10 to 15 minutes, okay? And I already have the DAV, so I'm not going to go ahead and change anything. But once you do that, you go through the process, you do your error checking, and then you do the final review, and then there it is. You now have your own VSO representative that you selected, not the one that the VA assigned to you, but the one that you selected. So from there, you're going to make your calls, okay? You're going to go call the number, okay, that you see on the screen there, or whatever VSO that you selected, and then start the process. Okay, and it's also a good idea, people, to get into the habit of logging into your Ebenefits on a weekly. I would say 1 to 2 times a week, just to kind of keep up with things, to keep it with the speed of things. Okay, it's very important that you do that because that's going to save you a lot of pain and suffering and heartache. I'm telling you right now, because the VA makes changes all the time, and they don't always notify us of those changes. Okay. A change will occur, and it's up to you to find out what that change is, okay? So just take that into consideration and understand that you are responsible for you, okay? Understand that you are responsible for your own well-being. You are responsible for your medical file. You are responsible for going to your VA appointments and the whole 9 yards, okay? It is up to you. You're obligated. That is your obligation, okay? You went in the military. You put that hand up. You served your country. So now it's time for you to look at it for what it really is. Okay, because nobody owes you anything at the end of the day. You have to take care of you. So go to your appointments, go log into your e-benefits, see what the doctors are saying about you, and make those steps, make those adjustments. Because believe it or not, people, not all the doctors are there for you. Okay, so you also have to be on the up and up and understand that. Okay, and these are the things that I understood early in the game. Okay, I've already dealt with a doctor that really didn't want to help me. Okay, she was there to just put a Band-Aid over things that I had going on, and wasn't really there to even give me a diagnosis, okay? And that's the thing. And you can see that in your records. You can see that in your records, okay? So anyway, here's the VSO Veteran Service Organization's website here. And again, people, make sure that when you go to these websites, you're going to a va.gov website, okay? And I'll put that down in the description below for this website. Make sure that everything that you do and any information that you do come across is coming across from a legitimate website, va.gov, okay? All your information should be coming from there. You can reference other websites where people have forums and things of that nature, and they're talking about different ways to do things, but you always want to go to the va.gov website for updates and the most recent information, okay? That's one thing to remember. But Getting back to the VSO. So once you're on the va.gov website, and here's the matter of fact, it's just so crazy. It has so much information. Mm-hmm. And it's so funny. It's just a multitude of information. Can you imagine a veteran from the Vietnam era trying to navigate through this? It's mind-boggling, And the thing is, I want to help. These are the people that I want to help. I want to help people that don't have access to this kind of stuff or don't know how to get to it. Okay. And once they learn how to get to it, once they can actually log in, because it's easy. Once you find that person, okay, if you have a veteran, you see somebody on the side of the road, pull them over and say, hey, man, or hey, woman, if they have a sign up, I can help you. You don't need to be on the street, okay? And these are the things that you want to do. These are the steps that you want to take. These are the small steps that you want to take. Get them set up with an e-benefits account, okay? Help them, okay? Help them. Get them set up with an e-benefits account. And and get them going. And all they need is their social security number. Once they get their social security number, they can get an e-benefits account if they serve the military. And that's how you're going to know if they were really a veteran or not. There's a lot of veterans out there, or people that are claiming to be veterans that are not really veterans. They're just claiming to be veterans, okay? And that's how you can call the BS card real quick. You could pull that BS card real quick and see who is a veteran and who's not, okay? But yeah, this is it. So people, if you're having problems finding, or if you're having problems with your file, if you're not getting any kind of traction with your file, if you're filing and you're getting denied and denied and denied and denied, it's probably the way you're filing, because the VA looks for a specific wording, okay? And if it's not worded accordingly and appropriately and accurately, then they're going to deny it each and every time, okay? And they'll find ways to deny it, okay? If that I's not dotted or if that T's not crossed, they're going to deny it. So just keep that in mind and understand that you have to be accountable for you, okay? That means understanding, having your records on hand, okay? And that includes your records from the military, and that also includes your VA file records, okay? And that's another thing. Never give the VA your original copy of your medical records. That's a no-go. Always make copies to give to them, okay? And you're going to save yourself a lot of pain and suffering, okay? And anytime you go to an outside doctor, make sure that you take you get the results or whatever they did, or a test or anything like that, or any paperwork that they might have filled out for you. Make sure that you go to your release of information office and you submit that to your release of information office, okay? And you can also you can upload it through your e-benefits as well. So people, get really familiar with your e-benefits account, because it's going to help you tremendously, okay? And you can easily find your e-benefits account by going to ebenefits.va.gov, okay? And that's going to take you over everything you need to know. And yeah, because I'm telling you right now, it is important that we know this, and that's where a lot of frustration with a lot of our veterans is coming from, okay? Not knowing or not having the tools to be able to do what they need to do, okay? Some people have suffered from traumatic brain injury. Some people have psychological disorders that are not able to actually physically do this, okay? And this is where we as veterans, as brothers and sisters in arms, we have to step in and help one another, okay? This is my way of giving back to you all, okay? You have to find a way to give back to the rest of the community, okay? So instead of getting on YouTube or not getting on YouTube, instead of complaining to your counterpart or your friends, find out how you can make the situation work for you. Find out what you're missing, okay? If you're missing something, get that information and figure it out, okay? Ask the questions. That's what I did. You think I knew all this information just because, or it just fell into my lap? No, I asked questions. Okay? I asked questions at the VA. I'll see somebody, a friend that went through the same process. I'll ask those questions. Okay? You have to ask the questions. And if you sit down and you feel sorry for yourself and you make yourself a victim, or you feel like a victim and you victimize yourself, you're never going to get anywhere. Okay? You have to make the effort. Okay? You have to put the time and energy in, just as you would have anything else. Okay? If you want to pass a test, you have to study. Okay? You're not going to just be handed a test and know exactly what to do on that test. You have to understand the content and the material. And the same goes for the VA. It's the same thing, people. It's the same thing. Don't get caught up in thinking that the VA is there. They're going to do everything for you, because they're not. Okay, they're not. I'm not saying not everybody at the VA is evil and they're not there to help the veterans at all, but they're waiting to see what you're going to do. And if you do absolutely nothing, they're not going to do anything. Okay? So, again, this was a very simplistic video. This just goes to show you that you can do the things that you need to do on your own. Okay? You don't have to wait for that phone call from, your primary care physician. You don't have to wait for an email. You can find all that stuff in Ebenefits. You can get emails. You can email your doctors to Ebenefits. You could put in prescriptions and order your prescriptions to Ebenefits. Okay? You can change doctors through Ebenefits. You can change your VSO representative, just as I did, through Ebenefits. Okay? You can see what your percentages through Ebenefits. Everything that you need to do. You can print out all your forms through Ebenefits. Okay? You could do a multitude of different things. Okay? You could print out all your forms through Ebenefits. Okay? So get familiar with your Ebenefits. Don't be lazy. Don't be lazy, because laziness is what gets a lot of veterans. And then they start crying at the end of the day and pointing the finger. Oh, I can't get it. The VA's, oh, F the VA, man. Oh, and that's what it is constantly. I hear day in and day out. It's like a broken record, to be honest with you. Okay? But I don't want to really drag this out. But people, veterans, service members, family members, if you're watching this video and you have and you're friends with a veteran, or if there's a family member that's a veteran and you're a civilian, let them know about it. If you're watching this video and you're a veteran, let your fellow veteran know about it. If you're watching this video and you're a service member, let your fellow service member know about it. Okay? Because this is gonna help them tremendously. And if there's people that you know of that are going into the military, inform them about this as well. Okay? Tell them the do's and the don'ts. Tell them that when you get in and you get injured, go to sick call. Okay? Tell them that. Because that's the problem. People are not being told when they enter the organization, the military. They're not being told the requirements. Okay? Because the military has the requirements of you. Okay? There's a multitude of requirements that the military is going to have for you. Trust me. And they're going to get every bit of it out of you. And then some. So it'll behoove you at the end of it all, on your ETS date, which is your exit time outside of the service, to make sure that you have all your ducats in line. And that means going to the VA, or going to the sick call or the TMC when you're sick, when you're not feeling well, when you get injured. Okay? Because documentation is key, and I'm going to stress this in all my videos. Documentation is key. If it's not in your file, it never happened. If it's not in your medical file or your dental file, it never happened. And that's what people need to understand. So in closing, you guys, I don't want to draw this out. I get really into it. I get emotional about it because I feel it, and I feel the frustration that I went through when I was going through the same process, wanting the information and not having it. So here you have it right here. How to change your VSO representative in Ebenefits. If there's any questions, comments, or concerns, please leave it down in the comment section below, and I'll address them. And also, please remember to like, because the more likes this video gets, it's going to get up on that YouTube algorithm. Subscribe, okay? If you're coming to this video for the first time, and it seems like it's something that will benefit you, it should if you're a veteran or you're a service member currently and on active duty. It should benefit you. Go ahead and subscribe. You'd be crazy not to. This is free information. This is free information. Okay? I don't have to do this. I'm doing this because it is my duty. Okay? And I feel obligated. I cannot have all this information and not share it with my fellow veterans or service members. I can't. It just doesn't feel right. It doesn't feel right. Okay? And that's why I'm here today, and that's why I'm here right now sharing it with you all. Because I feel it is very important. So anyway, this is the Geeks 911 show. Thanks for tuning in. And remember, we are here to help one another. Okay? So if you're a veteran out there and you have a ton of information, share it. Okay? So anyway, peace, love, and harmony in 2020. This is the Geeks 911 show. I'm your host, Geeks. And until next time, people, peace, love, and harmony. I'm out.